Hello. I know this is like a bit different than how I normally edit my videos. I just kind of wanted to spice things up because I feel like sometimes just watching the skiing and with the music can sometimes get a little boring. So I just wanted to spice things up and really go for like minute to minute what trail I'm on, how I thought it was, and how to get to different glades, different trails, and basically an overarching of what I did that day, how I thought the trail was, and depending on your ability, if you can do it. So let's get into it. So this first clip is gonna be, this is Upper Wizard. So Magic Mountain is broken into two different peaks, I guess. They have the west side and the east side. I started my day, this day at Magic Mountain on the west side, and this is Upper Wizard. It was so nice, and you'll see kind of like a catwalk. And if you, right here is such a beautiful view. I forget what trail that is. It's either, I gotta pull up a trail map, 1 minute. Okay, I should have stuck with my original thought. That was Magician, and it's a double diamond. I did not do that one. Well, it wasn't open, so, and it wasn't really my goal to do. I like to stick more to like the glades, as I think you guys know. So I don't really like to do like groomed double diamonds, even though that did not look groomed, but like ungladed trails. Anyways, so this is still Lower Wizard. Eventually I'm gonna ski into Potter, which was a really nice, easy diamond. Again, was ungroomed because they had just gotten a ton of, well, kind of a ton of snow. Yeah, so this is still not Potter, but you'll get to see Potter later on. And Potter's a totally doable diamond, so you'd have no problem with that. I think it's coming up here-ish, or maybe I'm on Lower Wizard, or I get confused because Wizard is like broken up into two parts, upper and lower, and I don't know where the divide is. But anyways, after I did Potter, you will eventually see me coming back to Lower Wizard, and that just kind of gets you back to the chairlift. There's two chairlifts. Well, I think there's three, but there was only two running when I was there. And one is a quad. Oh, here's the entrance to Potter. And then I'll finish talking about the chairlifts. But yeah, here's Potter. And again, totally doable diamond. It honestly should probably be a blue, but if you are like an intermediate and want to say you did a black diamond, go do Potter. Anyways, so the chairlifts. The chairlift for the west side of the mountain seems to be like the main one, and I believe that was a quad. I forget. It might have been a 6-person chair, I forget. But like halfway through the day I went to the east side of the mountain, and that has some really fun glades, but it feels like it's more geared towards the beginner area because it's a double chair and the chair is very slow, and they have lift attendants having it go slower if you want, and there was a lot more kids in that area. So that's what it seemed like to me, how the mountain was kind of set up. So anyways, let me stop rambling for a minute and play some music, and then I will talk about my next clip. All right, we're at Magic Mountain today, a true local Vermont mountain. So excited to be here. I think I just went down Potter. Absolutely no idea. Nothing's groomed. It's amazing. So much snow. I think Magic is only open Thursday through Sunday, so today is Thursday, and we just got a ton of snow, so everything is so nice. But yeah, I think that's just what I just went down. And I think I saw where the Slide of Hans are, which are like glades. So I might do those next. It is so nice out. But yeah, let's go do that. The only thing about Magic, there's only 2 lifts running, but I'm so excited. here in the slide of, I think it's Hans, not Hans, glades. These are so nice. There is snow everywhere. It's sunny, there's no wind. It is so gorgeous. I know in my last clip, I think I just got like a clear shot of when you're on Upper Wizard. So these are all the trails on the west side of the mountain. And I think my previous trail was, it must have been Talisman into Potter. I thought I did Broomstick, but I don't think I did. And I'm in, this has to be the slide of Hans. There's no other woods over here, I don't think. It is so nice in here. Oh my God. It's just such a nice day. Magic really pulled through. And on Thursdays, you can ski here for $75. So if it's a non-holiday and non-powder day. So even though today is a powder day, so I don't know why they said non-powder day, but so cool. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. Potter is like a nice, easy diamond if you want to do that. Upper Wizard is lovely and you get to see all the views on this mountain. I think there's other trails where you get to as well, but I've only done that so far. I'm on the west side of the mountain right now, and then like I want to do runs here, and then I'm probably gonna go in and warm up, and then I'm gonna conquer the east side, because last time I was here I did a lot on the east side, I remember. I'm pretty sure I did Broomstick last time too. The last time I was here was also on a powder day, and it was on a weekend, which was a really bad mix. The lift lines were horrendous, but today is a Thursday. It is also a powder day, but there's nobody here because it's a Thursday. So I'm so excited. I feel very, very grateful to be here and able to ski and see this. It's so beautiful in here. Just look at these trees. And out there. Okay, so like I said in my previous clip, this is the slide of Hans glades. I don't know why, but somebody convinced me on the chairlift that it was the slide of Hans. No, it is the slide of Hans, like Hans Christian Andersen. I should have never been second guessed into thinking it was something else. Anyways, this was so nice. Now, these are ranked as a double diamond, but they're a very doable double diamond. I wouldn't really rank them that way unless maybe if they don't have a lot of coverage, which was not the problem today. There was plenty of coverage. And I will say up top, as you can probably see from the video, they were much tighter. And then at the bottom, they get more, or when I mean tighter, I mean like the trees are really close together. And obviously at the bottom, they're more spread out. But I really liked these glades. They had really good coverage. I felt like I was in a winter wonderland. I really, really liked these glades. There wasn't anything. Everything funnels to the wizards, whether you're up top or down below. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, I really liked the slide of Hans. I would recommend them to anybody that's been skiing for a while and wants to do more glades. They were a lot of Okay, this fun trail. I really liked this trail because as you can see from the camera, you get a very wide angle of looking in the distance of the Green Mountains in Vermont. So I really liked that. And this is Talisman. It's really not a difficult trail at all. I don't remember it being difficult. And yeah, so I went to Talisman, and then I'm somehow end up in the wardrobe glades, even though I wanted to go to the hollows, but I'll talk more about it. All right. I lied. I forgot that there's still some more glades down this area on the west side of the mountain. We're in the wardrobe glades now. And then I need to get to the hollows, because that's also a Harry Potter reference, and I love Harry Potter. I love the names of these trails because they all have to do with like a magical fantasy movie like Narnia. We're in the wardrobe right now. I think Gandalf is. Yeah, I love the names of these, and yeah, we're in the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe right now, so they should be fun. So excited. All right. Okay, so unfortunately, my GoPro must have not been recording because I did not get the upper part of the wardrobe, which is really unfortunate because that was actually the toughest part of these glades. And if you even look at the map, you can see that the trees are very close together in the upper part of the wardrobe. And there were definitely some hairy spots on that. So I agree with that being a double diamond. And yeah, because there were just some tricky parts. There were definitely, the trees were not like this as you're seeing on the lower part of the wardrobe. I almost, when I was re-looking through my footage, I had to second guess myself and be like, what glades are these? Because they don't even remotely resemble the upper part of the wardrobe. So I was so confused when I was looking back on my footage. But this is indeed the lower part of the wardrobe. And it looks like it's nothing. It looks so easy. It looks so doable. Like this looks like a blue or a green. And up top, it was not. So, yeah. But anyways, I wish there was like a part you could like come into the lower part of the wardrobe, because those were, again, doable, a lot of fun, but just the upper part was a little hairy, and that's obviously why it's ranked a double diamond. But anyways, what are the next glades I do? I think the next glades I have on this video is the Twilight Glades, and I have a little bit of a clip there, so I'm gonna put some music in until we get to my little talking clip of the Twilight Glades. I truly don't know where I've been. When I did the wardrobe and then I went back up the lift to try to find the hollows, didn't find them. I thought I took the right way and tried to go Talisman all the way to like where they would have been, but I never found a cutoff for them. So somehow I'm in the Twilight Zone glades now, which I'm glad I found because they're fun. So I'm glad I'm here. And I think I don't know, again, don't really know how I missed the hollows and how I ended up here, but they're fun so far, and it has been such a nice day. I think it's starting to get a little chillier now, but I'm gonna go up that quad one more time and try to do the seance, what's it called? Seance, that. I think that's what they're called, glades. And then after I do that, I'm gonna try to do that like lower lift and just do like the White Tiger Glades, the I think Voodoo Glades are over there, something else, and just stick to the lower mountain because I'm chilly and I've gone up this quad so many times. I don't need to go up it anymore. I'm bummed out because I did want to try to do a couple other glades that way, but it's fine. My legs are tired. I've done a lot of glades. It's so nice out. So like the conditions are amazing. So I'm really happy. And yeah, gonna enjoy the rest of these glades. So let's do it. Okay, so like I said on my last clip, these are the Twilight Zone glades. I know in my couple previous clips I said Twilight Zone, I meant glades. These were a lot of fun. I really liked these, and these are an easier double diamond. There was no part in these glades where I felt unsafe. I never felt sketchy on any part of these glades. They had a lot of coverage, and I had a lot of fun. As you can see, like, this is about as tight as the trees get. Not too bad at all. Okay, and now we are in the Seance Glades. The Seance Glades, again, were a lot of fun. They're a diamond, and I agree with that. They're a doable diamond. They're a lot of fun. Again, you can see the trees are more spread apart, so it's a lot easier to make decisions and turns, which I like to do in the glades. But yeah, I really liked the Seance Glades. Again, nice coverage. They were a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Now, what is the next thing? I think after the Seance Glades, it's gonna be for a while, but when I eventually get out of the Seance Glades, I go right into, well, not right into, there's a little bit of a groomed area and a blue trail, but I'm not sure what the name of that blue trail is. But I go into the Warlock Glades. Now, I was very tired at this point, but I was like, the Warlock Glades were one of the trails I wanted to go on. So I did. And I'm almost out of these glades, oh my god. But here, I'm gonna stop talking, and once we get to the Warlock Glades, I'll explain a little bit more about those. Okay, so these are the Warlock Glades, and up top you can see it looks nice, inviting, it looks beautiful, it was beautiful, and then right about here things start to get steeper, trees are closer together, and the hairy parts start. You can see me starting to go much slower, and the coverage, it doesn't really look like it on camera, but the coverage here was not great, and I would contest or concur with them being a double diamond. They definitely had some hairy parts, and again, you can't really tell, but this is steeper, but you can't really tell on camera, but it's steeper than any of the other glades I'd been doing. But do you see how bare that is right there? Like, that's rocks. So I was trying to find the best places to ski while also protecting my skis, but also protecting myself. So, and right there is pretty steep. So these were definitely, I agree with them being a double diamond. But yeah, and then I, again, didn't get a lot of footage on the Warlock Glades. I don't know, my GoPro must have just tapped out at that point. But then I ended my day with these glades, the Disappearing Act glades. I did these last time I was at Magic, and they are a lot of fun. These are such a fun diamond. I agree with them being a diamond. They're so much fun, and they're a nice like cruiser diamond, if you will. A nice way to end the day. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you.